Hello everyone. Nick just made his video about how showing off his game collection, and I thought I would show mine off because, you know, it's a game collection. We're people who play games. We like to show off what we got. But anyway, this isn't all my games. I have about 40 PS3 games. This is about 10 or 12 of them. So, you know, whatever. First game I got here is Ratchet & Clank Future Tools of Destruction. This was my first PS3 game, and then I quickly got God of War 3. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Ratchet & Clank series. This is actually the fourth one in the main series, but this one really brought the series to new heights with its pretty Pixar visuals. Really took the weapons to town. Really fantastic environments. Seeing Planet Kerwan in high def is a Ratchet & Clank fans' dream, and I like this series. I love Insomniac. I like all their games. Insomniac's a badass. Infamous 2. I have the first game, but I didn't bring it over because I'm at my friend's house. But yeah, I like this one. I think is better than the first one in almost every way, except the fact that Cole McGrath's voice actor is different, and the fact that they changed the evil lightning, which really upset me. But aside from that, it's a larger world. It has a mission creation environment, which adds a lot of replayability.
Oh, I hated how they changed the voices.
Yeah, it pissed me off too. You know, you have fire powers and ice powers now, depending on if you're good or evil. Larger beasts to take out. You know, it can have pretty low replay value if you don't take. It kind of needs the sort of online creating missions sort of thing. Because after you complete the game on both ends, it sort of gets stale unless you're really into the series like I am, and you can just play through it again and again and again.
Oh, but yeah. There's a troll joke in that game with that red ring thing.
Oh yeah, Red Ring of Death Electronics, that was funny. But anyway, if you like sort of superhero third-person action titles, and you like casting electricity from your hands, you will fall in love with this. I love third-person action titles.
I'll get it.
The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion was probably my favorite Elder Scrolls. That's Tomorrowland. And Daggerfall, maybe. Well, no, this one's my favorite because this is the first one that I fell in love with. You know, I like playing as a thief because I'm really good at the lock-picking stuff, and I like picking people's houses clean. And
sorry about the phone thing.
Yeah, and I like the Dark Brotherhood quest line and whatnot. This one has the best Dark Brotherhood quest line. This Dark Brotherhood quest line, honestly, in my opinion, this game rapes Skyrim. Oblivion rapes Skyrim, in my opinion. Okay, it rapes it.
It's his opinion and mine.
It rapes it. It has a better Dark Brotherhood quest line, a better Thieves Guild one. Fighters Guild destroys the companions. Mages Guild rapes the College of Winterhold. And I like the more Dremora demonic story than just having dragons. Yeah, that was original. You know, that's already been done by Dragon Age. Skyrim was a lot like Dragon Age. Think about it. There's dragons. You're in this huge open environment. There's a lot of conflicts going on. But, you know, whatever. Want to get into the first Dragon Age. Played the second one and fucking hated it, but whatever. Ratchet & Clank Future Crack in Time. My favorite Ratchet & Clank in the series. It's lengthy, it has great environments, gorgeous visuals. Still to this day, it's still one of the best looking games, and this game's like almost 4 years old. You know, it has amazing environments, great weapons, awesome puzzle levels with the Clank levels. They really took all the main elements of Ratchet & Clank and multiplied them by 10. If you're a Ratchet & Clank fan, if you just like platformers in general, you should get this.
Yeah.
Ratchet & Clank All for One. I like this co-op game. It's a fun co-op game. It's a spin-off of the series. It's not part of. It's sort of like, you know, Ratchet and Clank are tired. They don't want to be adventurers anymore, and then, you know, they team up with Captain Cork and Nefarious and whatnot. It's a 4-player co-op game. It has a good story though, and it handles co-op pretty well in my experience. The worlds are long, the levels are pretty long in this game. This game is pretty lengthy. I mean, it's like a good 8 hours. You know, it's not some cut rate 4-hour long co-op game. No, it's more than that, and the weapons are actually pretty accurate, are pretty great. Like I like the one where you can turn enemies into pigs, summon a storm from the sky. You know. And my favorite weapon, the Buzz Blades. Just shooting razor blades all over the place is entertaining as all hell. The Ratchet & Clank HD Collection. This is the original ones, all remastered. Awesome deal. My favorite of this is Up Your Arsenal because it has large-ass battle scenes, the coolest weapons, and the coolest story in my opinion. Then the first game because all my memories with it. And followed very closely behind Going Commando. I'm sorry, I just like the Solana Galaxy more than the galaxy that the second game took place in. The Jak and Daxter Collection. The Jak and Daxter Collection was really me getting right back into Jak and Daxter again. I always had Jak 2 back on the PS2. I don't remember how I got that game. I always just sort of had it. You know, I had the PS2 when I was little, and you don't remember how you got games back then. You just kind of always just remember always having them. But then I got this, and I played back and played Jak 1 and 3. I blew through Jak 2 because I played that game to the shit back in the day. I love the humor. Daxter's hilarious, no matter what you say. Daxter's awesome. Jak's cool. The environments are really cool. My favorite's Jak 3. Because of how it has 2 environments. It has Haven City and Spargus, which is a giant desert, and there's a city in there too. You know, it has tons of crazy weapon mods, tons of cheat codes. You know, where it has like all the classic little cheat codes where you can make your head really big, or like you can have a turbo board and like surf through the desert at really fast speeds. There's giant dinosaur-like creatures to destroy. There's vehicles. There's little leaper animals that you can ride. You know, my favorite mission in the whole entire Jak series is probably when you take control of that one bomb bot and drive it through Haven City's highways. That's hilarious. I love that. I also like the final boss in Jak 2 when you fight the Metalhead leader. Resistance 3, one of the best shooters ever made. It has like an 8-hour long campaign. The story is like excellent. The story is great. If you're sick of the same generic first-person shooter military type story, play this. It is about survival. You know, it's gotten to the point where no more Nathan Hale, no more sugarcoating. No, it's about survival and getting to New York City, where the main conduit between the Chimera and humanity is, and destroying it. It's epic. It has crazy-ass weapons. Detonators as bullets. Come on. Detonators as bullets. You can't. You can't. It's from Insomniac. The best Resistance in the series, way better than Resistance 2. Resistance 2 was just, they took out the weapon wheel first off, and it was like they gave you the weapons that you would need, and you can't really have anything else. Like Resistance 2, it was kind of like you went into this area, and then they threw enemies at you. Rinse and repeat. This one, there's your fast-paced shooting up missions, your slow-paced sort of survival horror-like missions, and your missions are actually fighting other people, like that prison. My favorite level is the prison level. That level's badass. Yeah, excellent story, great weapons. It's pretty refreshing to see something like this in the shooter genre. If you like shooters and you own a PS3, get this.
Did you mention that this isn't all your games, just all the games you were able to bring over?
Yeah, I have like 40 PS3 games. Uncharted Drake's Fortune. It's basically a platformer. It's basically your basic action title on steroids. It's a pretty basic action title. It's basically it's like a very polished last gen action game. You know, it was one of the best looking games on console when it first came out. I was blown away when I first saw this. This is back when like getting a PS3 for the average consumer like me was kind of just a shadow and a thought. Because this is 2007, the PS3 was still like $600 back then, you know, and not many games came out for it back then that I was interested in back then, except for Ratchet & Clank Tools of Destruction and this, which mainly just attracted me because of how pretty it looked. But now that I have the game, it's your basic action title. The sequels are far superior to this.
You know, like the fucking shotgun shit, where the enemies can kill you with one hit, no matter how far away they are with that shotgun.
Yeah, well, that's a problem that they all have.
Oh, I thought that was just the first one.
Uncharted 2 had that problem too.
Oh.
Uncharted 2. A lot of people say this is the best. I'm inclined to agree with that. I think 3 is better in almost every way. But I'll get into why. This one had everything solidified, and this game really sold PS3s back in 2009. When this game came out, people started buying PS3s. You had 360 fanboys coming over to the PS3 side. You had, you know, it's a Naughty Dog game. You can't talk shit about a Naughty Dog game.
You can't wait for the next game.
Nor can I can't wait for The Last of Us. The Last of Us is gonna blow my fucking mind. I don't care what anyone says.
The gameplay looks awesome.
Yeah, I like the snow levels. I always like snow levels. I like the story in this. This one has my favorite villain. Yeah, this one probably has my favorite villain, and
Bald guy.
yeah, and my favorite part in this game is probably when you're in the village and you're fighting through all of Lazarevich's men. That's probably the best part. And last but not least, Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception. Now, a lot of people were pissed with this. I thought it was the best in the series. I like the story, even though I did see the story's flaws. The story did have a lot of plot holes. Like, you know, how Cutter and Chloe, they just kind of cut out of the story. Didn't you notice that? How they just left?
Yeah, you didn't really see that much Chloe, which was too bad. I thought she was fucking hot.
It was like they were in, and then Cutter broke his leg, and then you never see him again. Not even at the end. And, you know, they never really explained how Talbot could, like, teleport and whatnot. They never explained that. You know, it's not because of Ubar, because they've never been to Ubar before. They're looking for it just like us in the story.
You know, it could have been worse, because have you seen the third Christian Bale Batman movie, The Dark Knight? That has the most plot holes I've ever seen in a fucking movie.
Oh yeah, but this does have a lot of plot holes, but this one probably has the most sophisticated storyline between Nate and Sully, even though it does borrow a lot from The Last Crusade. My God.
I hope the fourth Uncharted doesn't involve aliens.
It better not. If it involves anything with aliens and him getting into a refrigerator, blowing up, flying in the air, and landing and living, fuck it. But this is an excellent game. It's my favorite in the series, even though I do see its flaws.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
GamesWithBrainBurgers is out.